Alright, let's be honest. We all know Arc Warlocks are very overpowered in PvP right now. So today's video is going to be focusing on a great Arc Warlock PvP build that will make your opponents want to send you some hate mail. I've only been messing with this build for about a day now, and all I can say is it is very fun to use, and I highly recommend it to all you Warlock mains out there. And if you're not a Warlock main, this might be the changing factor. Every season leading up to this season, I was a Hunter main, but seeing how overpowered Warlocks have been right now, made me switch over this season, and honestly, it was a great decision because of builds like these. But before we get into the video, I would like to introduce myself for those who possibly don't know me already. My name is Epoxy, and welcome to another one of my Destiny 2 build videos. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get right into the build. To start off this video, we're gonna go straight into my subclass. And we see I'm running Storm Trance. You can honestly either run Storm Trance or Chaos Reach. I just honestly prefer Storm Trance. It's more of a preference for me. The way I kind of go about deciding which one I'm going to use is if the map's more like far range, open quarters, I would use Chaos Reach. And if the map's more, close quarters, it's more of a pushy type of map, I would definitely use Storm Trance due to the fact that if you do it around a wall, it goes through the wall basically, and it's really good for pushing and shutting down supers. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's really just preference. Do whichever one fits you best. And before I get into the abilities, aspects, and the fragments, I'd like to give a little description of what this build is basically for. This build is basically making your Warlock as fast as possible, be able to jolt as many enemies as possible, be as pushy as possible, but also be pushy and safe at the same time. And you'll see what I mean by that when I go more into depth about this build. But yeah, I just want to give a little description about it. This is a very pushy build. It's for more aggressive players, so even if this is not your playstyle, you can honestly adjust to it. This is a great build to try out to be more pushy, because it's super powerful and you can get away with a lot of easy kills. So I wanted to start off by talking about the aspects, because I feel like it's one of the most important parts of the build, and it kind of explains why I chose everything else that's in the build, because everything is there for a specific reason. So starting off, we have Arc Souls. I'm pretty sure all of you guys know what Arc Souls are. It's just that little, little arc buddy that floats next to you once you go in a rift and it starts shooting everything around you. Well, in PvP, these are very underused, but they're also very powerful, because even though they don't do that much damage, all of your teammates can get them. And if you're in like a 3v3 situation and all your team grabs them, it's basically like an extra person or two shooting at the enemy, because they don't miss. They basically have aimbot. And even that little bit of extra damage can be the difference between a kill or not getting a kill. And also they can shoot around walls basically sometimes. They are very nice to have following you around, especially when you're pushing. It's just great to have some extra damage before you get into the fight. And also while you're amplified, your Arc Souls actually get supercharged and gain increased fire rate, which makes them even better. So yeah, I feel like not running Arc Soul is just a huge missed opportunity when it comes to Arc Warlock builds. I would definitely put this in your subclass. The next aspect we run is Lightning Surge, which if you don't know what it does, when you slide, you activate a charged melee ability and you blink forward, calling down lightning strikes that jolt targets around you, and basically does a lot of damage. Like, you can get a lot of triple kills like this. Like, there's so many situations where you get the enemies low, you can push a corner, pop this ability, and basically wipe the whole team. And also like locks on the enemies sometimes. Like, you get a lot of free kills with this. It's very good, and there's no reason not to run this as your other aspect. Like, these work so good together. And if you don't kill them, your arc buddies might finish off the rest of the damage. So these just work great together. Moving on to abilities now, we're gonna start with grenades. Grenade I love to use is Arc Bolt Grenade, just because of the fact that the chain bolts of lightning to nearby targets. The other options you could possibly use are either Pulse Grenade or Lightning Grenade, but it's really your choice. But I prefer Arc Bolt Grenade, just because of the fact that a lot of stuff in this build chains to other enemies and you want the jolting effect. And then we have Chain Lightning for my Arc Melee. It's an extended range melee that jolts your target and chains lightning to nearby targets. And while you're amplified, it creates an additional set of chains. So basically just a lot of chain lightnings and a lot of jolting is happening with this build. And for the movement ability, it's more of a preference, but I feel like Burst Glide is my favorite because it makes me feel the fastest. And I want to be really quick with this build. I want to be able to get around as quick as possible, especially when I'm amplified, so I can be as pushy as possible and get as many kills as possible. For the class ability, I like to run Healing Rift over Empowering Rift. Probably personal preference, but honestly really see no point of running Empowering Rift in PvP unless you're using like a La Monarch or something. But I feel like Healing Rift is definitely a better option because you pop it around a corner, get your Arc Souls, heal up, and then go back into a fight. I just feel like it's a way better option for a lot more scenarios. Moving on to the fragments, we have Spark of Recharge, which while critically wounded, your melee and grenade energy regenerates more quickly. This is very important because The main point of this build is to get your melee ability back as soon as possible so you can keep doing it to get some free kills. So I feel like this fragment is just a necessity. And then we have Spark of Feedback, which taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. This is also very good, especially when you push into a fight and everyone's low. You want to make sure your melee does as much damage as possible, and it also gives you a nice little resilience buff. And the third one is Spark of Instinct, which while critically wounded, taking damage emits a burst of damaging arc energy that jolts targets. This is very good because if you push in with your charged melee ability, you pop up, get damaged a little bit. You already damage them a lot from your charged melee ability, but if you get damaged a lot, you emit more damage, jolting more targets. So basically you're just getting free damage just for playing aggressively. And then the last one, we have Spark of Discharge, which arc weapon final blows have a chance to create an ionic trace. If you don't know what ionic trace is, when you pick them up off the ground, they make your character amplified, and when you're amplified, all your abilities recharge faster, and also makes your character faster. And it's basically the main point of this build, and it's how you get the most damage and most use of the build. There's other fragments you can mix in, but these are the 4 I like and I've had the most fun with, so let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. That's all for the subclass. Let's move on to the armor mods and weapons. Starting with the stats I like to have for my class, I like to run, decent intellect, like 60 to 70. I like to run high discipline so I can get as much grenades out as possible. I like to have high recovery because it reduces your class ability, and it also helps you gain lost health faster, which is always great, especially in PvP. And no one wants to wait a long time for their health to regain, of course. And then moving on to our mods, I'm gonna go straight to my helmet. For my helmet, I run Powerful Friends, I run Arc Targeting, and Kinetic Targeting. I always run these two. You'll see why I always run Arc Targeting for this build, but I'm going to keep going on the rest of the mods. For the gloves, I like to run Fastball, Momentum Transfer, and Impact Induction. For my chest piece, I like to run Unflinching Arc Aim because I always run arc weapons with this. Unflinching Kinetic Aim because you can never go wrong with that. For my leg armor, I also am running Transversive Steps for my exotic. There's other things you could replace with this. You could use stuff like Ophidian Aspects or the Stag, but I prefer Transversive Steps, especially if you have a very pushy playstyle. I feel like it just complements that playstyle very well. For my boots, I have Better Already, Invigoration, and Arc Weapon Surge. And for my bonds, I like to run Outreach, Bomber, and Reaper. But yeah, that's all for my armor mods. Now let's move on to my weapons. Moving on to the weapons I would run with this build. For the exotic, I would choose Centrifuge. If you don't know what Centrifuge does, it has an intrinsic trait known as Overcharge Capacitor. Sprinting, sliding, and firing this weapon builds a temporary electrostatic charge, increasing range and reload speed. Final blows with high charge cause explosions, and maximum charge explosions blind targets. Basically, it's another great arc thing to have attached to your arsenal, and it makes it really annoying for your enemies, of course, when you get kills and if you push them. But yeah, your primary, you can run anything you really want with it. I usually run Shoddy, Sniper. That's just me. You could even run fusions with it. But yeah, Centrifuge is like my favorite thing to run with it. Honestly, you can do it with anything. The weapon really isn't that important. I just feel like Centrifuge is really fun to use with it. But yeah, I could talk about this build all day and how great it is, but why do that when I can go show you guys in PvP right now? So yeah, let's go hop into some games. Alright, first game, let's get it. Let's see if I can push up to him. Give you an idea what this melee looks like. I killed him with a Shoddy, but you saw what the melee does. It's crazy. It's crazy damage. Could kill a teammate. Beamed one. Get my Arc Souls. Push into this fight. See, the extra Arc Soul damage right there is huge, man. I'm telling you. Ooh. Run this corner, heal up.
Zone B captured. That's a power play. You took them. Now hold.
That's a bad situation. I'm gonna move over here. I don't really like this map for this, but it's fine. Make it work. Got one. Oh, I need to back up. I'm really low. See if he pushes out right here. Do it. Cool. You see how locked down are those people? That's what I'm talking about.
Bruh.
Ah, damn, I was about to kill the guy. But yeah, the charged melee can like basically lock onto people. Like if you push around a corner and pop that, you're probably gonna hit somebody if they're anywhere within like 10 feet. It's got crazy range. I don't know what this guy's doing. Take the kill though. Ooh. So more Arc Souls. Oh, damn. Fuck. Titans, man. Also another great build. That guy was so low. What the hell?
Huh?
Well, I just spawned right next to that guy. That was some bullshit. Got him though. My grenade in there. Got one. Back up. Got two. Oh, I don't got any more. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. I'm about to have my charged melee. Show you guys how that works again right here. That's kind of risky, but I got the kills. So you see, like, you can't even like get shot in it too. Like, it's crazy how much damage you do with that too. It's such a quick amount of time. It's a great way to push, especially in game modes like trials and stuff and comp. Like 3v3s, it's so strong. Like, you can kill whole teams with that easily. I'm gonna push this guy. This guy's being weird. Never mind. I lied. Is it a well right there? Yeah, I'm not messing with that. You really wanted me right there. Ooh. There we go. Whew. Very close, very close. Getting pushed. Moving out. One up. Gotta use this super at some point. I got a charged melee. Use that again right here. Nope. Oh, I didn't proc it. They're all about to die right there. You see how they're all drilled to the chain? Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They all have that little effect on them that actually does a decent amount of damage. Give me that super boy. Oh, I'll take it. Damn, he's lucky he got me frozen with that, or I would have easily killed him. Right. Whole team's right here. Drop some Arc Souls real quick. See if any of them pick it up. Nah, they don't even need me. Ooh. Peek this. I'm gonna push this way. A lot of dumb stuff going on over there. He's camping right there. I lied. Going back. Get a storm trance in there. Nice. Got one. They're all over here now. Let's see if we get one over here. Now this build's been really fun. Like, I've been using Solar Warlock for a while now. The last build I posted. Honestly, this just beats it. Like, it's so much more fun. And just like, I know it's kind of cheese, but dude, what in this game isn't cheese nowadays? Like, I don't really care anymore. I don't use fusion rifles. I call that a dub. I just wanted to try out one build that was OP. Like, I don't use anything crazy. So, yeah, cut me some slack. Gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, let's use this melee right here. Look at that damage. Arc Soul finished him off, just like I said. Oop. Uh-oh. Watch your back. Watch out, teammate. Got one again. I'm pushing out, dude. I'm YOLOing it. Got another one. Ah. Look at me. I'm top of leaderboards, though. That's always good. It's not the best map to showcase this, but it's going alright. Get some Arc Souls. About to get pushed right here. Die, though. Oh, never mind. I'm still alive. Hop in the healing rifts. Beam that guy.
Don't let your enemy take this without a fight.
I will remember.
Hunter's hiding behind that wall that Titan placed, the last one I killed. That's funny. Almost got my melee back. That's usually like a guaranteed kill. I love using that thing. Like, on certain close quarters maps, it's ridiculous how efficient it is. I'm gonna go this way. See if this guy pushes over here. No, we're not getting anybody pushing. I want to use this so bad. Oh, right here, right here.
Hello there.
Oh, damn. He popped the whole super on my ass. Oh, right here, right here. I'm gonna get it in.
Zone B lost. They have advantage. Rise from this loss and fight again.
Fucker. No mercy.
You've got
We
the-
see, like, I hopped into that, and they were both, like, one punch. Like, it does so much damage. That little blink control into the fight is just super strong. Let's see how I did that game. I was the top. Yeah, 2.9, 29 opponents defeated. Pretty good game for me. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of my build video. I really hope you enjoyed this Arc Warlock build. It's very powerful in PvP, as I showcased in my first game. I always like to give some raw gameplay footage for you guys, so you know I'm not just using pre-recorded stuff where I play my best. That was just one game. I just went in there and did my best, and that's how it turned out. It's a very overpowered build. It's very fun if you're an aggressive player. Even not as aggressive, you can get used to it, and it's very fun. It gets you a lot of free kills, and it's very overpowered right now, so I would definitely take advantage of it while you can. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you enjoyed the video a lot, make sure to leave a comment below. I really appreciate all comments. I reply to all of them every time. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more future content. Once again, my name is Epoxy, and until next time, peace.